So those are your winners. It's really hard knowing that even larger number of companies didn't quite make it, but they were so good. We are going to try to work with them. We're going to try to connect them. And I really appreciate all the effort that went into the applications. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things that are a little more serious, too. We've done this. Discovery has been functioning now for more than 20 years completely independently. If I look at our peers around the world, which includes places like the other Canadian provinces, US states, the European Union, Singapore, almost any place you want to name, there is public sector support. Sometimes it's political, sometimes it's financial, usually it's both. And I can say that we have had nothing. We really hope that's going to change soon. We need an integrated provincial economic development strategy that includes technology of all levels within that. We don't have it. The competition's out there. There's an awful lot of parochialism that goes on around this province, people protecting turf. You get drawn into it. And when there's 4 point some million people in a little province, a little place like British Columbia, we can't afford to do that. We need to circle the wagons and point out, because that's where the competition is, and it's massive if we don't get our act together soon. Oh. We also need a bit of, say, strategic direction. If you followed recently, for example, what China has been doing with rare earth minerals, and they now have roughly 98% of the control of it, they won't be making any Toyota Priuses, and they won't be making any smart military devices without it. Well, think of the politics, think of the strategy of that one. That wasn't done without thought. That process started more than 30 years ago. Biggest single research facility in the world into the use of rare earth minerals is in China. Good for them. What are we going to do? If you look at Singapore's biotech strategy, Singapore has nothing in the way of natural resources. It has money, it has drive, and it has one of the best biotech centers in the world because they decided to do it as a society. They got their act together, all levels of government, money, people, brains working together. The emphasis is on together. It's not a word that works around here very well. So, seems to me we have both political parties kind of figuring out what they're going to do when they grow up. They're both going to pick new leaders very soon, and I think they are frankly open and vulnerable to suggestion. There's 150,000 people. There's 150,000 people in this province, one way or the other, connected to technology. I don't mean just users or kids in the basement. About 150,000 people. Pascal, am I close enough? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay, and never mind the indirects. You think about who those people are. Look at the people in this room. To be very blunt about it, you're better educated than average, you're smarter than average, you're going to make a lot more money than average, and yet most people in the tech industry do not get involved in politics. It's not a good idea. So I would strongly suggest you figure out what you want to do for the next 10, 20, 30 years, your families and your children, and if you want to have some influence, get involved. Doesn't really matter which one, but get somebody out there primed to push the whole technology agenda to the benefit of British Columbia. Thank you. Have a party.